It was January of 2002, and my uncle was driving from Washington, D.C. up 295 at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when a drunk driver crossed the median and struck him head on. That accident changed the entire dynamic of our family, and it pretty much altered the course of my life. So he was still alive. They flew him to Washington General Hospital, where they had to go ahead and tell my aunt that he had suffered a traumatic brain injury and that he was in a very vulnerable state. He was dying, and I remember getting the call. I was 14 years old, and my mom and dad told me, like, we're going to the hospital to see Uncle Rich. He's, in a really bad accident, and this could be the last day that he's alive. And I remember just driving there and going to see him and just waiting in the hall and the anxiety and the panic that I felt. And then actually getting to see him just laying there lifeless. It wasn't the Uncle Rich that I knew, his face was poofy. He had tubes going in and out of his throat. He wasn't opening up his eyes. He wasn't moving. He wasn't doing anything. And I just remember sitting there thinking, like, he's going to be okay. Like, this is going to work out. I don't know if it was just me being a 14-year-old or what, but I just remember sitting there thinking, like, this is going to be okay, And it was a really long and tough journey for my aunt. And she ended up being in the hospital for pretty much a year with him. And they had just had a child in October, who at the time of the accident was like 3 months old. And he was actually diagnosed with cerebral palsy. So now my aunt was all of a sudden a caretaker for two people. He was turned away from all the major rehabs. He was still pretty much in a comatose state. And it was around that time that my mom found the quadriciser. And this is a device that moves your arms, it moves your legs, it moves it in a repetitive motion. And for somebody that can't move at all, it was like a godsend for him. After we got that, you started to see just his life changing. And he started to experience more wakeful moments, more moments of clarity where he was able to talk and interact with you. And it was through that experience of watching him get rehabilitated when the system wouldn't accept him. There was no major rehabs that would take him because he was so complex. He was so, he didn't have enough awareness or arousal. And it was through that process that we realized that there are people out there, individuals with disabilities, that are vastly underserved. And we started Therafit Gym for the Disabled, which was a 501c3 nonprofit. And my mom started it in the basement of her house. It was 500 square feet, and we had the quadriciser, a mat table, and a couple of standers and gait trainers. We both got certified as fitness therapists and just started working with these individuals with disabilities, traumatic brain injuries, cerebral palsy, spina bifida, strokes, brain injuries. It was all kinds of different disabilities. And we started seeing the progress. So I graduated in 2011, and we started credentialing through insurance companies, and we started offering physical therapy and occupational therapy and now speech therapy. And we just see the need for this kind of a service in the community. And we've grown from one location, 500 square feet in my mother's basement, to now we have 5 locations, and we're all over the Maryland and New Jersey areas. And we just see this need for activity-based therapy, for getting people out of their wheelchairs, for neurological-based physical therapy. We also are credentialed through most insurance companies. If you have somebody in mind that you're looking to refer to us, we have kind of a really easy way for you to refer someone to us. You just go to our website, which is www.therafitrehab.com. And then you put a / and then you just type in referral. And it will take you to a HIPAA compliant form where you can enter the patient's first name, last name, phone number, email, the location they would like to attend, as well as your information right here and the current diagnosis. And you click submit and it will automatically send it to the location that they wish to schedule an appointment. We also have our locations listed out here as well. So thank you so much for your time and have a great day.